Okay, so let's start. And welcome to our second master class. This time we are going to share everything in English. And we create this masterclass in order to share experiences, tips, and experiences at home during the COVID. And I want to share in order that everybody can bring plants and create its own window edible garden. So this masterclass is called A Plant in Your Window. It means a life full of new opportunities. We're going to share how to fill your life with creativity, love, and energy while reconnecting with nature from your window. I'm just trying to advance the presentation. So I don't know why it's not working. Let me try once again. Now, so welcome to our agenda. We are going to stay together for 1 hour. We're going to start with the welcome from Planet Venus and my introduction. Then we're going to share how to grow our plants, why plants make us happy, what are the benefits of creating a vegetable garden in our window. Then we will continue with a journey to an indoor garden. Then we're going to share tips and advice on how to care our first garden plants. And then we're going to share questions and answers.
Just one question, Alex.
Yes.
I don't know the rest of the attendees, but I only see the first slide of your presentation. So if we are supposed to see the agenda, it's not happening, I think.
Can you see the agenda? Can you?
I'm in the front slide, a plant in your window. Now. Perfect. So now we see the agenda.
Okay. I will not repeat, but more or less, we can share that we are going to spend 1 hour with what I mentioned before. So we are going to continue with, let's start. Deborah, do you want to introduce what is Planet Venus and how we join together to work on this masterclass?
Deborah, you're muted.
That's
now.
true. This doesn't. I was thinking to do it in the end when everybody, because I see now Luciana is also connected. What do you see? We do in the end?
Okay, how you prefer. So I'm going to say why we are here. We are here at Planet Venus because Deborah contacted me and she invited me to join this community of women, of international women in Barcelona. So for that reason, we are sharing in English in this second class. And I'm very thankful because we need to make bigger our messages, and this is a great opportunity to create network and also to give more how to say energy to our efforts and our initiatives. So let's continue. I want to share, I don't know if everybody can see this slide.
We still see the agenda right now.
You still see the agenda. Let me check.
So probably you have to do it manually, every slide.
Yes. Can you see the next slide now?
No, I still see the agenda.
Still see the agenda.
Now we see it.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This beautiful vegetation is part of the tropical area in the world that is located in Panama. Panama is where I grew up as a teenager and also as adult. I'm born in Costa Rica, but my mother, she was from Panama, so of course I'm from Panama. And I had a beautiful opportunity as an architect to transform an American base that is located in the Panama Canal into Eco Resort Hotel. It was the first time I was connected with how the relationship between nature and our environments, where we live, where we grow, it's so important. So how we feel, how we interact with nature. So here in the right, you can see an image with vegetation, an exuberant vegetation that we have in Panama. And just behind the vegetation, I don't know if you can see the building, but it's amazing how all buildings can be somehow covered by nature and are integrated with nature. So this is the part of Panama that I most like, this interaction with nature, this area that have the opportunity to interact with nature. I will continue with the next one. Now I want to share that we had a great opportunity in Panama also to have a biomuseo. It's in Spanish. It's a museum dedicated to the beautiful biodiversity of the world. It was designed by an international architect called Frank Gehry, and the interiors and all the exhibition and expositions has been developed by Bruce Mau, has been designed by Bruce Mau. It's a tribute to biodiversity, and also is an opportunity for scholars, for the whole population to understand and also love what already we have at the country. I need to continue with the following. What happened during the COVID time is that I work at home. It was at the studio, plenty of papers, surrounded by folders, by projects, so many artificial things that honestly, I feel the sensation, the need to be connected with nature. And I think that happened for all of us, that we were we have been so isolated from nature that we have that necessity, that human necessity to be connected with it. So it's how I start just above the window to create a small garden with some plants. And I think, why just instead of planting decorative plant, why not start creating like a small veggie garden, like a small edible garden. This is something I share also with Deborah, and she was truly engaged on that. So she said, let's share and let's learn how to do that. Also, to be connected with nature is not just a necessity, it's not something, a personal necessity, it's something that we need to do as part of a global responsibility. I don't know if all of you, I think you hear about the Sustainable Development Goals. The United Nations is fostering in order that we contribute to a better world. And during the COVID time, really it was a wake up and call from nature. And there are so many sustainable development goals that we can put in action in order to achieve the goal toward a more sustainable lifestyles. Okay, I will continue the next one. Now I'm going to interact a little bit. I don't know if some of you are working or are doing something related to the Sustainable Development Goals?
Not me. I wish, but I don't work in anything related to sustainability. I don't know the rest. Ana, Sonia, Esther, Luciana.
I'm working for a sustainable fashion e-commerce.
Oh,
Cool.
wonderful. So for sure, somehow you're integrating the Sustainable Development Goals into your business.
Yes.
Oh, amazing. So this is the idea that all of us, we can do like small action in order to contribute to bring sustainability to our everyday life on daily basis. So for that reason, we start an initiative that it's called Creative Green Lab. The main purpose of this Creative Green Lab is to reconnect people with nature and bring creativity, innovation, from my point of view, with my skills, with visual tools to help people to carry out eco actions and positive impacts through their services, products, and businesses. I don't know if you hear the new movement that we need to move from human-centered design, from ego to eco to more environment-centered.
Alexandra? I think we're still on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals slide.
Yeah. Come back.
And Triana, yes. Maybe you can mute Yo because we are hearing the background of her.
Can you see it now, the Creative Green Lab?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There is like an issue to move forward with the screen, but as I mentioned before, the most important thing is that we move from ego to eco, and the ego is more like the humans, is more focused on people in the center of everything we do, of everything we design. It's important to have people in the center of what we do, but also it's important in order to fulfill people needs, but also it's important to focus that needs people have are in harmony with nature. So for that reason, we are moving from ego to eco.
Mhm.
I don't know if you hear about that.
No, but that's a good one. I like it.
It's the drawing that it's on the right,
Mhm.
related like the human is not just in the center, the human is a part of it's a part of life, it's part of the whole ecosystem. So if I need food, or I need to dress up, or I need to any need for transportation, I need to think more about how my needs are in harmony with nature. So there is a movement between designers that we are working more on environmental centered design, that is like a new approach to develop product services that considers the needs of people and also the impact of that needs on the environment. I hope you like it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So can you see the next one?
Yes.
Yes. So there is a huge movement around the world. Now people are fulfilling their lives with plants. So it's a way that we grow as person with our plants. So because there is a lot of benefits of be surrounded by nature. Barcelona. Remember, I mentioned the last time about an initiative that it's called Huertos in the Sky.
Yes.
Yes, so it's an initiative that all our terraces can be plenty of urban farms, and then we can cultivate tomatoes, our own food, vegetables, carrots, different, whatever you want, different types of food. And this is what we are going to share today. And first, we start sharing tips and some experiences how to grow our own plants. I want to share why plants make us happy. And plants make us happy because they help us find peace of mind and emotional balance. They lower our blood pressure, sorry. They bring calmness and create a relaxing environment. They improve air quality. Plants help us also to develop patience, constancy, and perseverance. They help us meditate, practice mindfulness, and strengthen our mental health. I don't know if somehow you sing to your plants, you feel happy when you touch them, when you're in contact, when you are arrange them or trying to put them prettier. So it's an engaging experience. They increase our creativity because we need to bring creativity in order to take care of them and open our minds to experimentation because somehow we don't know if all we're doing to take care of our plants will result. So taking care of them is a powerful and rewarding experience for everybody.
Oh, Alexandra, sorry. I think the slide didn't go to the next one again.
Yeah.
So
Now.
Now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I just share all the reasons why plants make us happy. And on the right is a drawing of how I feel at home with the plants. So I embrace them and enjoy taking care of them. So can you see the next one?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a window on the studio where this is a plant, a tomato plant. And I have inside the studio tomatoes, and I have different vegetables. So growing with our plants bring us a lot of benefits. And one that I really appreciate is the benefits that we can create a vegetable garden in our window. So why it's important, instead of having decorative plants, also try to integrate some vegetables, is because it provides us healthy eating, promotes farming to form actions, self-consumption and self-cultivation of our own vegetables, greens and aromatic plants, provides eco-actions in our day-to-day lives, takes advantage of windows' vertical space to create a natural and vegetal protection. So for example, instead of having screens on the window, like different curtains or blinds, you can use plants and it creates a natural protection. It also helps to lower the room temperature and cool the interior, reduce electricity cost and reduce external noise, improves air quality, and also provides life, ecosystem, and biodiversity. So everywhere we have, every time we put plants close to our windows and we open the window, for sure will come a fly or some insect to be part of the ecosystem. I don't know if you had that experience, but for sure it's happened. Okay, so here I want to share a journey with an indoor garden. I don't know if you can see the 3 pictures.
Yes.
Yes. So we share the lifestyle, like where to start, what we can do immediately, how we, as not experts in farming, can try to do some experiments at home at low cost with great positive impact. For example, when we buy eggs, we can keep the packaging and then we can put some soil and then put like small tomatoes or put some seeds of different vegetables, and then just waiting a few days, like 5 days. We need to have a lot of patience. Then we can start how the seeds starts growing, and then little by little you saw like the difference between August 19, August 24, and then 5 more days. On August 29, we already have the small plant. So it's very exciting if you could do these type of experiments. I suggest that we try to find on the calendar where is more appropriate, depends on which vegetable to make these experiments. Because for example, in summer, it's easy for tomatoes, but now that it's colder, we should move to another vegetable because it's not a
So
task.
which one would be the right one for starting now?
We can try with onions and also some carrots, like for that are more resistant to October, to meet, because we are moving to winter. So somehow, but this recipient is not good for the carrots.
Yeah, I guess.
For the onions, I will share later which ones are better.
Okay.
But somehow, this is just like tips that you can try to do at home, but not with all vegetables. So I remember on the chat on Planet Venus community, a lady, she asked about, she put some onion, but in a very flat recipients. So try to use like higher recipients. If you have a bottle of water,
Okay.
full like a Coca-Cola 1.5 liter bottle, you can put it. If it's a plastic one, you can put it just in a half of the half, and then you can seed vegetables that need more space.
Because otherwise they don't grow as fast as they should do it.
Exactly, because the roots needs to have space, and also the plants needs to take all the soil from to take all the energy and the food from the soil, but it doesn't have enough space, and the roots will not grow properly.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I will move to the next. Okay, so this is a journey with an indoor garden in 5 tips. I hope you can see all this.
Yes,
Yeah?
now we do.
Okay. I saw like a red line.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what is that, but it's interesting. Okay, but here is a visual tool with 5 basic edible plants to cultivate, and like the 5 steps we can follow. So here we have like the recipients, number 1. So we have like egg packaging or yogurt, or for example, like small strawberries or blueberries. It's like a, we need more, if it's better, if we have like a 15 centimeters tall container, because it will help us to put enough seed, enough earth in order to make seeds grow properly. So we can start like using seeds for from our tomatoes. Then we can use like onion. Then we can use like lettuce and some aromatic plants. So let's try things that you know you can take care of them easily. Then we will need to have a lot of sun. Then we need to put the plant close to a sunny window. Then we need to keep the soil with enough humidity. Remember, we share, like if you want to know if you need to put more water or not, we can use like a small, like a small teaspoon that you can put inside the earth. And if it, and when you take out, if it is
Wet?
it is dry or wet. If it's dry, you need to put more water. If it's wet, you don't need to put more water. So it's better if the plant asks you for more water, instead of putting more water than we need.
Okay.
It's not because the plant can be like so humid that will,
Like over irritated or
and then it will not grow properly. So, okay, so in the upper area, there is like an example of how we can put different vegetables inside the recipient. And this recipient, as I mentioned before, it will be perfect if it's a half of a 1.5 liter bottle, plastic bottle, or fruit recipient that has this 10 to 15 centimeters high. So at the end, we need to put more water until the seeds start to grow its small plants, and then we can move to a bigger container. Depends on the vegetable or the fruit. The most important is that the tools that we need for that are a teaspoon, some scissors, and then have like a small, small, no,
rope.
yes, small rope that you can reuse from another material, or you can buy a new one for this intention. Okay, so I will move to the next. Okay, so can you see this, the next one?
Now we do.
Okay, so on the right, you can see like a picture that I took of my toolkit with some books. Then we have different recipients. Also, it's very interesting if you can achieve like wine boxes, that wine timber boxes. They are very useful because has the tall and then has also the size appropriate in order that we can put different vegetables. Here are some examples, books, and also it's interesting to have a diary, because if you have a diary, it will let you take note for which experiments you are preparing, how your plants are evolving, etc. So we want to make a list. The list of on the left, it includes like for our first indoor garden plants, it will be interesting to take this as an experiment and a trial error learning experience while we advance. We need to select a well-lit window for a greenhouse effect, then create a special corner for the plants, not changing them from one space to another because it's not good for the plants. It's good to have their own space, their own corner, that they feel happy, comfortable. Then we need to determine the rotation of the sun. We can use the compass, the mobile compass that we have on our mobile phones. We need to buy soil rich in nutrients. We need to grow seasonal plants. So leaving the corresponding space between the plants. So we put a lot of plants together, also it isn't good for them to grow. You need to leave some space. Other tip is to recycle and reuse food packaging. As I mentioned before, to water just enough and check the soil moisture with a stick. We can use egg and banana peels to provide nutrients. So instead of buying like a compost or another artificial nutrition in a shop, we can create our own nutrition with eggs and banana. Also, It's very useful if we open the windows openly to ventilate the space. As I mentioned, to keep a plant journal, to keep track on the process and progress. Try to involve your family and friends because while you're growing your plants, you will enjoy with everybody. For example, we have here a lot of tomatoes, so we enjoy a lot when we recollect the tomatoes. We make a salad with them. So it's good to research, read books, watch a lot of internet videos, and share tips with friends and colleagues, as we are doing now, and prepare recipes in order to enjoy your own food. And now it's a huge movement that it's called From Farm to Fork, to engage people to start growing their own foods in urban areas, in country areas. But the most important is that we can create our own food.
Totally. So this is a very nice picture, Alex. I don't know if you recommend us the books that appear in it.
Okay, the books that are here are related to different things. One is related to mindfulness, like how being in contact with nature helps us to feel more calm, less stress. So this is one of them is calling Shirin-yoku. That is a Japanese book that it's related to how if you're in contact with nature, you receive like I will say it in Spanish because I don't have the translation in English. Baños curativos del bosque, but it's
like healing effects from the
effects when you're in contact with wood and with nature. So Shirin-yoku is a Japanese therapy in order to promote health, relaxation, and to help for our immune system, immunological system. So this is one of the books that I have here on the picture. Another that it's called also in Spanish. I will read it in Spanish. It's very funny. The name in Spanish is Comete Tarro. What it means is that you put the food inside a recipient,
a pot, kind of pot,
like a glass pot, and then you can put like different combination of vegetables, and then you put different layers. So first you have like I don't know, carrots, then you can add tomatoes, then you can add lettuce, but instead of having everything together, you just put one on top of other, and the colors invite you to eat healthy. So this is one of the books. Another of the books is how to promote healthy actions with food. Another is also related to how to grow plants into pots, pottery. Some of them is like create. The idea of that books is that invite you to create your own collection that help you not just for growing your own vegetables, also how to be in contact with nature through while you're through the process while you're growing your own food. Okay, so I will move to next. So this slide is related to that we can start doing small actions every day, and if those actions are done by lots of people, we can create big changes, not just at our homes. Imagine if in a city like Barcelona, every one of us can have just one plant or just one edible garden on a window. Imagine how we can create a better air to the whole city. So not just growing plants at our home, we can also start growing plants at work, on our offices, at our schools, and we can use plants to decorate our shops. And the sum of all these actions can bring a more green city, a more urban space, more green urban space. So I hope we can join efforts to achieve that goals and work and start actions toward a more green city. So I don't know if you have any questions. So here is space for questions and answers.
Anyone? So I start planting some small plants here in my house, and I also bought a different one. I don't know the name of it, but I found it very like tropical and exotic. Even though they are not eatable plants, I tried to put them at home, and most of them died. And I think, yes, I'm super sad. I have to put them all outside the house because they were all dying. And I still don't know why. I think it's probably because of the lack of light. But in the end, I was watering them almost every week and talking to them, speaking to the plants just to see if they were a little bit depressed or I don't know why, but I'm a little bit sad because of this. So maybe I should try with small experiments like you said before, planting some cherry tomatoes or maybe carrots because now it's the season of them. But I don't know if you can give me some tip for planting inside the house.
First of all, it's very useful, as I mentioned, with your mobile phone, that you can try to identify the direction of the
Of
sun.
the sun.
And then depends, for example, because some plants, they do not need direct sun. Some are happy with an indirect sun, and some of them need like the morning sun and other the afternoon sun. So it depends of your window.
Yes.
Where I'm now, we have like windows all around. So we have plants on both windows. And there's a lot of light. It's like a,
Yeah.
so depends also of the size of your window. So if your window is not too big, so you need to put smaller plants.
Okay. Yes, I started with a very big one, the exotic. It's super big. And first I placed them in front of the window to try to get that effect. But some leaves dry super quickly. They change the color totally into brown. So then I moved the plant and some of them burned. So I decided I had to put the plant outside the house. And now it seems to be recovering a little bit, but I still think it was not a very good option to put them inside the house. So probably this needs to be outside. But I will try with the smaller ones. And also what you say, try to identify the direction of the sun and see how the plant is reacting.
Because sometimes we think that just having the window is enough, but we need to identify which type of light we have on that window.
Yes, totally.
Your plants start to have like yellow leaves, iron. So it will be interesting if you can prepare like this special combination of egg, banana.
And banana.
I need to say something, Alexandra. Do you know I did a lot of plans and nobody come out, nothing. Already the last event of you, nothing came. And then I did mushrooms, the cola of the mushrooms with banana. And now I start to get some flowers of mushrooms.
Ah,
And I keep them in the kitchen and I don't put them outside. And I did tierra, banana, and um, the end of the mushrooms, the mushroom you buy in the supermarket.
mm-hmm.
And now I start to get little flowers of mushrooms.
Well,
I think I'm gonna wait 2 or 3 days and I'm gonna do a photo in because
yes.
it's the only thing grow up in my house.
Oh, that's interesting. How I have like a small plant. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes.
So is as I mentioned before, it's a plastic container, is 15 centimeters tall, is a small experiment, is not anything that is special. You can also produce eggplants that are delicious.
Ah,
And I'm very surprised because I never did before, but this summer we harvest like a lot of eggplants. So it was so impressive that they are very easy to make them, so to cultivate.
yes, all of your plants look amazing. The ones you have on the back, the colors of yours.
These ones,
Yes, they all look amazing.
okay, they are pimientos.
Pimientos.
Yes.
Wow. And also you have like palmeritas, no? Oh, I don't know what's that.
These are decorative one that is just on the left, and this is a small palm because all the larger one are close to the window.
Okay, because I guess they need a lot of light, no?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, in my case, I have to try again, this time with eatable plants and see if it works better.
Okay. So is one way of starting like your eco action or your eco gesture is to create our edible gardens, but also I want to invite everybody that we can start doing eco gestures with also other actions. But this is one like to bring our to bring our creativity to create our own food.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if someone else has another question.
Sonia, Luciana, Ana.
Maybe like if there is any like natural pesticide, or if you use any, or because like I haven't tried yet like this kind of plants at home, but the ones that I have, like they have something like it looks like pimples, and I guess it's like some kind of bug that is like on the plant affecting it. Yeah, but I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, I tried to do some mixtures with lemon and the proportion of lemon and water. So when you use the lemon, don't throw away it. Just keep it in a bowl. And then after several amounts, then you can boil your lemons and the juice. You can spray your plants with that juice.
That's a really good idea.
It's
Yeah.
also protect them from bugs. But I don't know which type because there are so many types.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But well, it's a good beginning, like to try.
It's one natural that I really like because then the smell of the lemon also is very nice to have inside the home.
Mm.
because others maybe have some smell that you feel uncomfortable with it. So this is one of the tips I can give to you for that. And
That's great. Thank you.
then the leaves also like beer.
Beer.
Why? But I saw that in one video, and then I tried, and the leaves stay very green and healthy. I think that the components of the beer give them stronger leaves and
Oh, cool.
that, so they like drink beer.
So both of the ideas are really cheap, so we can try.
Exactly, and are ecological, so we don't need to do some anything that is contaminant.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any other question? Do you want to share something? Do you?
Maybe you can talk a little bit about the group on the platform.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, what we did is that we start a group that is called Creative Green Lab. It's like the extension of the initiative Green Lab that it's at Planet Venus, to join like-minded people in order that we can share experiments that we are doing with our plants, that we can share tips. Also, we are going to share some tools, activities, so we can continue growing our plants. And this is a space not just for plants, also to promote these eco actions that can allow us to contribute on our daily basis with sustainability, with circular economy, with different actions that can help us to embrace the sustainable development goals, and that we can continue growing with that.
Yes. So if you want to see it, you're more than invited. You just have to go to Planet Venus platform, and in the menu on the left, you will see groups. So you can join whenever you want.
Yes, we were planning to put the pictures and the explanation and everything there, but in the last moment, we didn't handle how to do it, but we are going to have it ready for the next week.
Yes.
Yes?
Mm.
I hear someone saying something.
Yeah.
I would also like to share that, let me share another.
Hi, Alexandra. It's Jill.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Sorry, sorry. Okay, let me put my video. Hi. Hi. Do you see me?
Yes.
Sorry, I haven't been like very locked with the conversation, but I you know, it's something that I wanted to like accompany you on, especially because I mean I am totally in another scope of work. I'm not into the arena that you are working on, but nevertheless, through this pandemic, by the way, I'm talking from Panama, and because of the nature of my work, I barely have any time to do any planting or gardening or whatever. But the last few weeks, since the pandemic has slowed down over here a little bit more, and because we are in rainy season, I've been doing some of that. I don't know the word for it in English. It's suculentas. It's something that I'm planting right now, and the next step is to go in the direction of what you are sharing today, and with some eatable plants or things that produce something. So I'll see how it goes. But nevertheless, thank you for sharing also, the idea that what we are doing in our houses in a way is connected to a bigger scope of things and initiatives, especially, like, because we I don't know the rest of you, but like with the SDGs, that's part of what I do on a daily basis over here on my workspace. So to see like how from my house I can have a little impact in a bigger in a bigger scope of initiatives is kind of good to know. We don't have over here the recycling culture that you guys have in Spain. We are kind of far away from that. We're stepping on that direction little by
Yeah.
little. So for me, it's very good to know, and even just to hear you all in the midst of a break that I'm having from my video conferences and my work. So I'll guess I'll be connected with you and try to keep up with all the exchanges that you're having. So thank you for inviting me, and I hope that I can next time show you a little bit of our tropical things that
Yes,
we have at my
please.
house. And that's not much because I don't have a big garden. But my father lives 2 blocks away from here, and he's an agricultural engineer. So he does have a bunch of very exotic plants that I don't know if you can grow over there, but nevertheless, I think it would be interesting for you. And for him, it's been very cathartic, and also a way of handling all this confining, because of course he's an elder person. So for him has been very, very good to do all that gardening deal during all these months, because we were in a total lockdown for about 7 months. So imagine that.
Oof, my God.
Yeah. So thank you for inviting me, and keeping up with you guys.
Yes, of course. Thanks for assisting.
And I hope we can see you in the platform, and we can go to the group, and then we can see a little bit what all we are doing.
Okay.
I don't know if you are a member.
No, I don't remember. This is the first time I've ever got connected with something that Alexandra has invited me. She has invited me to a bunch of things, but I've never have the time because of the work
I'm
that
gonna
I do.
I'm gonna do the link to the chat if you want.
Okay, please do so.
And then the
I'll
ones who
get
are not,
connected.
you too, Trina, you can also be.
The thing is that the hour change. We are here now. It will be 8 o'clock, and before we did during the morning. So I asked please to switch in order that we can invite people.
Yes.
Because I also had friends in Chicago, but she didn't join this time, but maybe in the next time. So
Of course.
we can try different hours.
Yes.
Just
Great,
also-
great. Thank you.
And also now we are recording all the videos and uploading them to our YouTube channel, so you can review them every time you want.
That's wonderful. And I would like, just before we finish, I would like to share what we do design and business intersection, because we are working a lot with design methodologies into the business world in order to connect creativity and business needs in order to work and solve problems in a creative way. And this is one of them. This Creative Green Lab is like a contribution, like our own contribution, like working all together in order that we can solve huge problems with creativity. So I just want to share which are some of the services that we deliver that we can share with the community. We are specialized in map out ideas and create visual stories with company strategies. I had an opportunity, thanks to Jill, because she already connected, to work with the United Nations project in Panama to explain with visuals the regional strategy to the community. So this is one.
Alexandra, I think the slide didn't go to the next one.
No, okay. Now,
Now,
There you go.
okay. So one of the services we deliver is this capacity of visualize the strategies of the company and help them through their communication strategies. We use graphic recording, animations, and we create large corporate visual stories. As I mentioned before, we help groups to sync visuals in order, if you don't visualize your idea, you cannot create new futures. So we develop hands-on experiences in order to design together new and envision new futures. And also we help to design new businesses with visual tools. We work a lot with visual tools. We map out services. We create like customer journey maps. And we also help a lot to create creative spaces, because once we deliver an engaging experience and a creative experience, the whole space converted into creative space. So this is, we had an opportunity to create different innovation labs into the university environment and also for companies. So this is like a big resume of what we do.
which is a lot.
Yes. I will say that the base for all these services is an opportunity that I had to work in a consultancy company around the world, where we deliver specialty that it's called design charrette, that it's a methodology that it's very common to what it's called today design thinking.
Mhm.
More focus on engage like different participants into a urban transformation.
Cool.
So if you want to engage people to transform a large area, you need to envision how this space is going to look like and which needs is going to be covered. So
Mhm.
it's
Sounds really interesting. You could share some articles or some of your work at the group of Planet Venus so that we can see more.
it's one of the reasons it made me arrive here to Barcelona. These type of projects. So we also work a lot, that I mentioned to Deborah. We create like a kids brand that it's like a toolkit brand that it's called